Olympic Games is literally, it's on our doorstep, and it's really just about to happen. And still, to me, I still smile when I think how we managed to win the Olympic Games and then bring it here and can deliver it. It's just a fantastic thing, a true sporting festival, and I'm going to enjoy the fact that I can watch these real youngsters who aspire to be Olympic champions and who can really influence the world just by taking part in sport. It's a really great movement, and I'm glad I've done my time, but it's nice to see youngsters doing it now.
I mean, you talk about the youngsters. Is that for you the legacy, an important part of London 2012?
You know, I was inspired by the Olympic Games. My very real first sporting memory was 1976 Olympic Games, Montreal, and the hopes of my parents that Don Quarry could win the gold medal for Jamaica. In the end, he finished up with a silver medal in the men's 100 metres, and I think that influenced my career. I saw my parents' reaction, how they were excited about what was happening, and I saw them a little bit disappointed. But for me, it was a great moment, and I think it's kind of set me up nicely for everything else I've done.
I mean, as a former athlete and now as a commentator, pundit, I mean, you have an insight that others don't. Do you think that gives you more knowledge when it comes to presenting the athletics on TV?
Yeah, I think it does. You've gone through every single process, you know, from great victories to great disappointment, and then you can bring that hopefully alive to the audience, and the audience themselves know and recognise you very well. So when you have kind of these situations, you want to really give the story. If it's a good one or a bad one, you can tell it. You have the ability to tell the story, and I think that's one of the beauties of being a former runner of that level.
I mean, obviously you're talking about your Jamaican heritage and obviously Team GB. Who are the athletes that you're looking forward to seeing?
There are numerous athletes, really, because we have a really opportunity to become a global sport again in the UK, where we get really recognised for track and field. How belongs to the hurdle event, of course, and I think we have some great hurdlers. And in the sort of sprinting event, that's where our hopes truly lie. The men's 110s, men's 400 metre hurdles, women's 100 metre hurdles, and Perry Schick race, of course, in the 400 metre hurdles as well. So really, that's where our medals, when it comes to the sprinting, our real hopes are. So I always hope, because these guys are, you know, I think I was a little bit of a trailblazer for them in that sense, that they can really go out there and achieve what they can achieve, and it'd be great for me to witness that.
I mean, everyone I've spoken to today has mentioned Perry. What is it about her that's capturing everyone's imagination?
I think one of the big things about her is she's super talented, and the fact that she may not realise how talented she is, but everybody else sees the talent, I think, and that's what makes us excited about what her abilities are to achieve greatness. One problem she has is that some of the athletes she's up against are tremendous, and it's never easy, and every single medal has to be fought for. It's not, and no one's going to sit back and let you just take the medal straight away. So for me, it's a really interesting moment. It's a real groundbreaking performance that's going to be needed for any of our youngsters to win medals at these Olympic Games. It is possibly going to be the toughest Olympic Games ever.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. Do you think the way the Olympic Games has captured interest of the whole country, do you think we'll ever unite like this over something again?
You know, sport has the ability to unite people from all over the world, we know that. And I think the Olympic Games is just one of these great movements that can allow us to happen. I think we're honoured, and it's a great pleasure that we actually have it here in the City of London. So for me, I can't see anything else making this happen again. But if our sports stars produce the goods, then that's a good start for us all for looking and projecting elsewhere.
I mean, we know you love hurdles, but other than that, who have you maybe got your eye on or think may sneak up and surprise us?
Long jump, we're looking at someone like Greg Rutherford has the ability to medal. So someone like him I'd look forward to competing and delivering what he's capable of. Both in pole vault, both men and women, Steve Lewis and Tony Bleasdale, they're people who can certainly go out there and perform well for the UK. You have the normals as well. People will see Phillips, and you will see Jessica, and you will see, you know, and out front you kind of expect those from O'Farah, you expect great performances from them. But even they have, you know, very little very little room for manoeuvre. You know, if they're a fraction off their performance, they're not going to win. You know, so they need to be on song as well for them to achieve the performances that we all expect them to achieve, that we think is very easy for them to do. It's not at all.
Exactly. You're saying that it's not easy to achieve. From your own experience, what advice would you give to them to hopefully make them do the best they can?
The most important thing is to really believe. If you really believe you're the best, I mean, really believe. You can go around and say to people, do you think you can do it? And they'll go, yeah. But you've got to really believe you can do it. And when you ask that question, you look at some people's faces and you know whether they really believe or not.
I just wanted to know, Rob Les Zhang or
Oliver or Richardson's or...
I was going to say, Richardson
Yeah.
It's the famous Musketeers, isn't it? And then there's Richardson, who's obviously proved himself now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
who is it for you out of them four?
Out of the field you just mentioned, my money would go on Lu Zhang to become the Olympic champion, defend his title again. I think he's the best technically of all the hurdlers. Darren Robles is the natural hurdler. I mean, he has what we'd all die for. You know, the skills, unbelievable and beautiful. You're born with that, and he's lucky enough to work with it. But Lu Zhang is a very highly drilled hurdler, and it looks great. And I think with that in mind, he's the one you'll take the title.
Frustration as well, Beijing.
With Beijing, yeah, he unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to really retain his title. Now he can all these type of things. But now he has the opportunity to relieve the man who relieved him of the world record and of his Olympic title. So I think he'll give him great pleasure in London if he crosses the line first to wave the red flag with those stars of China on it. You can never tell, yeah. I mean, hand on heart, no. I don't think so. I think when it comes to the speed of the athlete, I think we've seen the best of them. I think what we've seen now is more consistent performances. So I think there may be a new Olympic record. At the moment it stands at 12:91. That may go. The world record itself, I think, is just 12:87. It's a little bit too quick at this moment in time.
On the domestic front, Turner, Pozzi,
That's going to be a great battle. I mean, you know, Pozzi is somebody you've got to look out for. He's young, he's enthusiastic, he has drive, he has determination, and he has a great coach. I mean, if he was with anybody else apart from Malcolm, I'd always have my doubts about him. But Malcolm Arnold, I know personally, can deliver what an athlete needs in that event. It's a technical event, and he's proved it time and time again, and that's why Pozzi has a great chance.
He was in Jamaica recently, wasn't he? Did you get out to the invitation?
No, I wouldn't. No.
No. Coming from the Jamaican shores, obviously Bolt and Johan Blake aside, is there anything else that excites you? Anybody else that you think?
Yeah.
Actually, there's no headlines on you.
Yeah. I mean, you know, people like Khalees Spencer, you know, who did that fantastic performance last year at the Crystal Palace before the world then got injured. She was somebody I put my heart on who would set a world record at 400 metre hurdles. I still believe she has the ability to do that. Bridget Foster is coming back, 12:51, fastest time ever. I have to say, by 37-year-old. But you know, she's a former world champion and she's running blisteringly quickly. People like Nesta Carter, we know, can deliver great performances. Veronica Campbell just got outdipped recently by Alison Felix over the 100 metres, but it's a fantastic race. Never in a million years will you predict that. But don't write off VCB.
I think the last question then, in the year of the 50th anniversary, does sport for Jamaica and Jamaicans take on more significance than ever before? Really?
You know, as an island, Jamaica has influenced the world in music. It's influenced the world in sport. Many superstars from around the world are spawned from Jamaica or Jamaican offspring. And I think that itself is an outstanding thing for an island of 3.5 million people. That it has influenced the world on so many levels. And yes, I think Jamaica should be proud of its sporting heritage, and it should really celebrate them well.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Hard work, dedication. Hard work. Dedication. Hard work. Dedication. And that's what we stick to.